We'll obscure that major plot twist. We've got a couple people in chat who haven't played 10 before, but yeah, that scene is fairly important for later in the game when we finally get there. That scene is called In Media Res, which is a fiction trope wherein the game starts in the middle of the story. I think In Media Res literally means in the middle of it. No, we all have our sins, Wilson. There are games that I should play that I haven't played, so there's some. Alright, Random. You played this one, Random? That's awesome. I love this game. It's really good. It's the only Final Fantasy that I enjoy more and more every time I come back to it. I mean, when I play Final Fantasy 6, that game's already maxed out, so there's no more I could love it. But this one I'd find new things to like about it each time.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Or Waka's voiced by John DiMaggio.
Whoa, you're giving
Voice
this
of Bender.
to me?
Yeah, use it well.
That's the sword you gave Chapu.
Well, he never used it. Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
You really don't need all that luggage.
They're not really my things. They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess you're right.
Okay, off we go.
It's a good game. We're gonna finish it on stream for sure. So the summary of the plot so far. Tidus, the main character, I'm contractually obligated to pronounce his name that way. Stream voted on the name pronunciation. So if you catch me pronouncing it the right way, I need to give everyone in chat 5 steer points for free. So listen, pay attention. Anyway, Tidus believes he's from Zanarkand, which is an ancient city. In the opening cutscene, the city was attacked by this giant monster called Sin, and he was absorbed by it. Now that he's woken up, people tell him that it's 1,000 years later, and that he's clearly just hallucinating. He's come to this town of Besaid, where he's learned about the Summoners, which are a group of people tasked with defeating Sin. And we know very little about the Summoners at this time, other than that Tidus has agreed to be the Summoner Yuna's guardian. Valfor's Birdman. Sounds good, Wilson. Try to help when we get there. Mega Man, who am I supposed to? There's like a dog or something that has the overdrive in its mouth. Like it has like a. Right. I guess hints that he might not be from Zanarkand are the fact that he looks just like Waka's dead brother, Chapu. And that people who are close to Sin experience hallucinations. They're affected by a toxin that makes them forget their memory and think there's something else. Again, I played this game before, so I know how the plot plays out. And be very carefully presenting the plot so far so as not to spoil anything. But if you do a favor for some of the folks in chat who haven't played this before also. Dog, its owner, then the dog again. Is its owner... Where is the dog to start with? I thought it was like right outside the temple. It's in one of these houses, maybe. It's Waka's house. Definitely appreciate here in their HD remix, they've redone all of the pre-rendered backgrounds. This game mostly has a fully 3D environment. Like, this is a fully 3D environment. See how the camera kind of moves around while I'm walking? Most indoor areas are pre-rendered, so they're painted backgrounds, and they've all been redone. Here's the dog. Talk to me, though. Maybe that's it. It's like somebody who spawns outside, right? Working getting there's a secret you can get. You can get a second overdrive for Valifor, Birdman. The first summon we got. I'm trying to unlock right now. It's someone who's like outside somewhere. Just try praying. It might be someone who like walks outside of the temple at a certain time, or it might be that girl there. Let me just talk to all the few characters. That's the stay away from the summoner woman. Yeah, right? A lot of people don't know. I didn't know it for several of my initial playthroughs. I don't know how it's restricted. I think that, like, you can pass a point of no return where you can't get it. It's a little girl. Mega Man, is it like she walks out of the temple or something and I have to, like, catch her at just the right time? I'm able to get it right now, right? Phases away from the sea, so doesn't have to look at the source of sin. Should be able to get it now. Okay. I'll keep looking around and see if I can find it. It's not over here. That's where the chests are. Only ever done it once. I see. I thought maybe I had to, like, progress up to... I technically don't even know how to summon Valifor yet. Like, I haven't used it in combat. So why don't I step out real quick. I'll go to that first save point that's up at the way, and then I'll run back. If I get in some extra battles on the way, it's not a big deal. Mega Man, if you want to look up what exactly triggers it in the meantime, that would be cool. I'll make sure I don't leave without it, though.
Here comes one now. Hey, why don't you try out that
Yeah, I think I need to get the
game?
summon tutorial first.
No problem.
Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday.
You mean like of the characters, Wilson?
A flyer. My kind of customer.
Part of that is that just, you know, giving Tetsuya Nomura free reign of designing anything. He's the main art director who really likes the zippers and buckles and things like that.
That looks
5 attacks per
trouble.
second? Wow. Coming.
Ha, watch this.
Girl at the shop? Okay, Mega Man. Sounds good. I'll pop back after I get this tutorial.
Told ya. Only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage show you what I mean. Lou, you're up.
Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here.
They decided to very much simplify the element system in this game, where fire and ice are opposed, lightning and water are opposed. Run with it. So like if something's lightning elemental, use water on it. If it's ice elemental, use fire on it, and so on.
Spells of ice work well against fire fiends, and ice fiends are weak against fire magic. You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Lightning and water are opposed, just like fire and ice. This one here is a water fiend, which means...
Ah, Wilson. That's So the very specific reason for that is this game is intended to have more of like an Asian, even like Pacific Islander feel to it. Unlike all the other Final Fantasies, which are very medieval European or even like Western sci-fi. So this one definitely has the most Asian feel to it. Which is a turnoff for a lot of people their first time playing through it, but I think that that's why I like it more on multiple playthroughs. It's unique in that respect.
Take your time.
Oh, you're good, Wilson. Wilson is from Spain. Speaks English as a second language.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Are you ready?
Hey, welcome back, Chaos. Welcome
What's going on?
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chapu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat.
Go ahead and let's just watch.
That should do it.
Steampunk's pretty cool, yeah. I'd say 6 is a little bit more steampunk in that everything is powered by steam. 7, they have a lot more modern technology, though. TVs and... A lot of people actually random. Native English speakers aren't that great at it. So I'm gonna grab this link. They have to solder it directly on Daddy. So you have to do one of two things. You have to buy a 3DS fresh. Oh, graphics. You want to tab in here. Kimahri time. Anyway, you can't just like, so like, you know, with any other console there's an HDMI out, so you can just buy a device that you plug into. With the 3DS capture card, they actually have to crack open the 3DS and solder something right onto the motherboard, so you either have to buy a new 3DS from them directly, and they'll set the whole thing up and send it to you. Like, they literally sent this to me in a 3DS box, but with everything built in. They like drill a hole in the back to fit the mini USB cable. Or you can ship them your own 3DS and they can do it to your own 3DS. But I figure if you haven't bought a new 3DS yet, a new model, now would be a good time to do that. I don't know if they'll send a kit to you to solder it yourself, Daddy. I didn't look into that. They just offer a pre-built package. Hey Darkstar, how you been? Ow.
That's enough.
Sure. My thought is, if you do not own a new 3DS yet and you wanted to get into 3DS streaming, it would be a perfect time to spend that extra money since you need to get that new model anyway.
What's with that?
If you already have a new 3DS, it might be worth shipping it to them.
Kimahri Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the fiend's way of fighting.
That's not what I meant.
He's another of Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kimahri doesn't talk much anyway. But he has protected me since I was a child.
Oh, thanks, Daddy. Appreciate that. Good looking out. Yeah, if you need any more help with it, let me know. They send you some software you can use when you get it. Weapons are just in hammer space, exactly. You know what they're talking about. There's a Wikipedia article on this.
A flyer! That's your department, right?
True. But, why don't we let our
do it.
summoner show us what she's made of?
I love that you can switch characters mid-combat in this game. It's great. There's no penalty for doing so either. You don't like waste a turn switching
Real
people.
battle. Let's see some style.
Show us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
Our series is a boss in Chrono Trigger. All the ranks are named after Chrono Trigger bosses. Well, this one's on a zoo. You get a zoo in the desert later in this game. Classic Final Fantasy enemy. Birdman! No problem, Rambunctious. Happy to help. Thank you for the follow. It's good to have you. Yeah, it's Garuda. Garudas also show up pretty frequently in the Final Fantasy series. They are named for a mythological creature in Hindu mythology. There's this concept called the Vahana, which are the mounts of the gods. Every god has an animal that they ride, travel from place to place. The main deity's Vahana is Garuda. It's like a man-eagle. And funnily, Ganesh, the elephant deity, his Vahana, his mount, is a mouse, Shika. Yeah, I don't like the updated soundtrack either, Koj. I don't know why they remastered it. The original is much, 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 much better. If I hear a song that's better in this version than was in the original, I'll try to point it out and be fair to it, but so far it's all been a downgrade, I think. Can't tell you HDL because it's a spoiler for Matt and Hapax who haven't gotten that far yet. I don't need to use this, but I'll just show it off. It's cool. Yeah, it's very much a Southeast Asia, Pacific Island kind of a thing. Garuda's music is pretty good. How to set up bots? Depends what kind of bot you want to use. You might want to look into the one I use is DeepBot. DeepBot, you have to make a one-time $5 donation to use it, and then if you want to use the VIP features after that, you have to subscribe. It's like $5 a month, which I'm currently doing. Actually, I just paid him like $60 to have it for a year. There are plenty of free bots, but I've really enjoyed DeepBot so far. It gives you a lot of nice features. We're gonna go try to get the second overdrive now that we did that. Dude, Chaos, the Garuda fight's really cool. I think you'll like it. Did you do the second trial? Congrats. There is a Final Fantasy X-2 random, and it's the gameplay is really good. It has one of the best battle systems in the series. It combines ATB with the polish of Final Fantasy X, and you can change jobs in combat, which is really cool. It uses the job system. My dog dug up something yesterday. That's the thing. Okay, so you did Brayflox. Nice. Brayflox is where people say the... Or no, Brayflox is not that one. You did Hawk Manor. Cool one. Person we're after is up around here now. She mentioned her dog, what we needed her to do. Manor, that's what it was, yeah. Check on the dog. Something mangled and slobbery. Energy blast, there we go. Yeah, it wasn't made up. Totally got a different weapon there. We're playing with the expert sphere grid right now, which basically puts it shuffles around the location of all the nodes and then puts everybody in the center. Let's see, how should we build Waka? I want to try to break the normal expected paths for the characters, so I'm going to make Tidus is going to be a white mage. Send him this way along his normal path and then branch out later. Yeah, so we could like make Waka more like Orin. Make Waka our black mage, that would be kind of funny. I'm gonna do that just because it would be funny. I gotta retrace some steps, but that's okay. Yeah, it's pretty neat. The expert, so basically it's the same sphere grid except they shuffle everything around and they start everyone around where Kimahri starts. So you can build any character in any direction right away from the beginning of the game. They still start with their basic skills and close to their basic skills, so you can build them like you did in original 10. My major concern with 10-2, I am happy to play a Final Fantasy where the main character is a Japanese pop star. That's great. Let's make that game. I'll play it all day. I don't think it's appropriate to set it in this universe. It's what I would call tone whiplash. Waka's like a status effect attacker. He doesn't really have a classic job. He's a ranged attacker that, yeah, ranger might be a way to put it. His debuffs. He inflicts like blind and silence. It's not that poison. Darkstar. I know that they've published that when they were designing Final Fantasy XIII, the art direction was to make the female version of Cloud Strife. No one will refer to him that way, though, random. This is one of the first games to address that issue.
Say goodnight, Bernie.
Blinded. We're gonna try to let everybody attack in these fights. Everyone gets XP if everyone gets to participate. His accuracy is pretty important. I don't think she has to land her attack in order to get XP. She has to try. Nice dodge. true, Chaos. Anyway, this is one of the first games that had to deal with letting you name your character but having voice acting, so they just are careful to never refer to Tidus by name. There we go. Tidus. Tedious. You're exactly correct, sir. I hope that they still have that in the HD remake. One of the best scenes in that game. So this fight is like teaching you what characters to use, right? One character is particularly good at each of these.
Let us Guardians handle the likes of these.
You get sphere points if you catch me saying... If you catch me pronouncing Tidus correctly. More squats. I certainly hope so, Cappy. We'll micromanage this sphere. Why not? You can get pretty quick about it eventually. So she starts as a black mage, but we want to change. Why don't we send her down Waka's path? We'll make her into like a brute physical attacker. That would be funny. Distract mana. She starts as a white mage, so let's make her into Tidus instead. It lets you get ability spheres. Yeah, they make it a little bit easier on you to get spheres in this one, since the way that it starts on the sphere grid. You get to equip a lot of abilities a lot faster, and if you didn't have extractability, you'd have to sit and wait on the node until an ability sphere dropped. Yeah, I hear you, Chaos. The brothel totally worked because of the bad graphics. You don't want it to be super trashy. Eh, that's okay. I probably won't use Lulu in the end game anyway, so. You're talking about like building characters in non-conventional ways? This game isn't particularly hard. I'm not really worried about it. There's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 bosses that you can get stuck on. Yeah, right, Wilson? There's a lot of things they did new in this game. Right. She can cast a bunch of level 1 black magic. That. Got a gift. Give me your gifts. Give me your gifts. Oh my god. Stop running around. I have a single mind. Oh yeah, I'll give it to Yuna. Don't you worry. Nice. It's true, Cappy. The game sometimes will set it up so that you have the right characters for a party split up. Right? Oh man, I'm stuck. These shitty characters.
Goodbye.
Alright, see you, Mega Man. Godspeed. Safe travels.
Boo.
Man, Tidus, don't be a butt. Actually, I have to mentally make 2 corrections when I say Tidus' name. The most recent time I watched this game, my wife Andrea was playing it. She named him Tyler, like this. She just decided he looked like a Tyler. It's a bad Tidus. So like, whenever I would say his actual name, she would correct me and like hit me and say, "No, it's Tyler." Okay, fine. So like in my mind, I hear Tyler, and then I have to correct that to Tidus, and I have to correct that to Tidus.
Come to think of it, I haven't told you where we're going. First to Kilika Island. Then we change boats and head for Luca. For that though, Yuna's gotta pray at the temple. I'll be guarding. We'll be praying for the Aurochs' victory too, so you come along, yeah?
Great plan.
Hey, it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
That's right, Kami. I know my alt 0233 because of Pokemon. I remember there's a point here where you have to go interact with the Blitzball. You can permanently miss the eject shot if you
that
don't.
summoner's got noble blood. I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter. You don't say.
Lord Braska's daughter?
Lord Braska is one of the high summoners, so he's one of the summoners who defeated Sin.
So, is Yuna's father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Wakka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
Practice kick passes. No? Got anything to say, Kimahri? No, he doesn't talk. Victory will be ours.
Lord Braska's daughter?
Yeah, it's
She
Ash.
just might have a chance. We'll get her to Kilika, we will.
She does have a name, you know. Yuna.
Lady Yuna.
The seer.
Well then, We pray for Lady Yuna's safe passage.
What's up, Lou?
I don't know who you are or where you came from. If you interfere with Yuna's pilgrimage, we won't take it
Alright,
lightly.
girl. Calm down. Do you want to use the binoculars? No. You're a jerk. Hey, can you leave this? No. Bye. We'll put it on the vote. Oh yeah, right, Chaos. I've never messed it up before. It wasn't until somebody said, hey, you're not guaranteed to get the Jex shot, that I realized that that was an optional minigame. And ever since I heard that, I've freaked out that I'm not going to be able to do it. Yeah, it's a Tidus, right? I told Andrea about the whole, like, Tidus pronunciation thing, and she said, you should just pronounce it the way you normally pronounce it, and then when people call you on it and ask for spirit points, say that you were pronouncing it with a long Y.
Oh, them's fascinating clothes you're wearing.
Tidus.
Yeah! Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. Or me name's not a
I love the Owaka voice actor.
Don't look like you got much money, either. I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
Owaka the 23rd. Merchant extraordinaire.
Owaka the who?
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
What's up, Owaka?
But someday, the name Owaka will be spoken all over Spira. Say, lad, you wouldn't have a bit of gil to lend?
Yeah, you really want to have the Jex shot. It makes such a huge difference if you have it.
I guess it pays to ask.
Actually, I don't know what the
you,
thresholds
kind
are for donating to him.
Fine seed money for the Owaka merchant empire.
I could hear that random.
Much obliged, lad.
The masked salesman
I'll
who,
be
like,
sure to
ports
pay you
around the
back.
room and, like, out of nowhere produces a pipe organ. He's, I think, Australian, Wilson? Getting potions. Kicking Luggage Simulator 2003. HD Remaster Edition. I think there's only like 10 in there. Get it? Keepa is the goalkeeper. Ah? Ah? Yes.
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
Restricted area. Our operation
Interesting.
depends on
Remember,
this
they're the
cargo.
Crusaders. They're people who aren't summoners, but nonetheless are trying to fight sin. Hey, thank you for the follow. Good to have you, Medella.
What the heck is that?
What the heck is what?
What is this place?
The power room, like it says on the door?
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about chocobo power?
Chocobos? Those are chocobos?
What? You've never seen a chocobo? What kind of backwater island did you come from, anyway?
This is the first time I'd ever heard the word chocobo said out loud.
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
I don't remember if they say quet or work in this game. It depends which one you're playing.
La 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 la.
It's a little bit Modelo, I agree. Australians, what are the rules for an Australian accent? Like, there are certain vowels that you pronounce differently. You tend to pronounce a short E like an S sound as like a short I instead. So instead of Brett, you say Brit. I just try to remember Flight of the Conchords quotes to figure out my Australian. Going to bed. Say bid instead of going to bed. Yeah, Legend of the Guy had a sweet soundtrack. I'll fill that in, Chaos.
The wind. It's nice.
Even the UK has a lot of variations. I'll mostly be talking in between cutscenes. The voice acting is pretty good in this game. Ha 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 notwithstanding.
You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkand, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkand there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my father's guardian.
What? Dona!
Jacked. My father.
There can't be two people with
His
that rat
name
of a
is
name.
Jacked.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
Sounds like him, but it can't be him.
Why not?
My old man, he died. 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkand.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day, and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jecht came to Spira.
But,
It's true, I first met Jecht 10 years and 3 months ago. I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how would he get here?
You're here? Are you not?
Graphics, if you're alt tab in. And they're cool FMV. There's a lot of good ones in this game.
think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Sin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
Wait! Oh boy!
Right now the games for sub-block are Phoenix Wright, Xeno's Saga, and Jade Empire. You can go to that voting tab to add one of the other 3 games. The other 3 games on the list are Crash Bandicoot, Yuna Racer, and Legend of Legaia. Whenever there's a tie, we'll tend to play the game that we played the least before, so everyone will get a chance to see their game played. Hey, these guys again. This just confirms that we're talking about the same creature here. Need to get more ability spheres, so I'm going to start using that. I have not played Yuna Racer. No, I have no idea what I'm in for. Huh, yeah, that is weird. So Lancet in this game, in every game it steals HP and MP from the opponent. It's usually a Dragoon exclusive skill. Kimahri is like a combination Dragoon / Blue Mage. It also lets him steal enemy abilities in this one. You can only use it during Overdrive though. Hyperbolic sign. You got it, Random. That's exactly what's happening here. So, like, the nature of this battle where, like, the scene changes as the Sin Fin moves around is only... That never would have happened in a game prior to this title. They just have a lot more freedom with the battles being set exactly where you run into them in this game. I can probably just sub Tidus back in. Oh, I see. Whereas sin in English has a negative connotation, like, you know, commit a sin, do something bad.
How many of these things are there?
The fin! Attack the fin!
Having the enemy move in and out like that, you've seen there are a couple older Final Fantasy games that create problems just from having enemies fade in and out of combat. Like there's a boss in Final Fantasy VI that's supposed to die and possess your party members. This is in Cyan's Nightmare. And because the enemy is literally removed from combat, you can break the game in that fight depending on how you deal with them. He's not going to be able to hit that. Try that again. Get it, Waka. Look how far it travels. It's pretty cool. I don't know why they remastered the music. It makes me sad. In case you just sat there grinding out Sphere Grid. Ooh, that wasn't good. Need to balance whether we're killing them on the board here. Definitely want to kill the ones that are flickering. Okay. It's not worth letting it attack for a whole bunch of damage. I'm just gonna kill it. Yeah, I agree, Koj. Needs no remaster, and he was still using the PS2 sound chip at the time, which they don't use a sound chip for this one. I feel like, I don't know, I like the sound of sound chip music. Really, Darkstar? That's crazy. He just keeps respawning them, I see. This song hasn't suffered too bad from the remaster. There's a couple of them that are pretty bad. My all-time favorite song in this game is People of the North Pole, and it sounds much different now. Makes me sad. Yeah, I played this a few times. And by a few times, I mean like 20 times. My one save file, I sunk about 300, 400 hours into it, 100%ing it. I will not be doing that on stream because some of that grinding is not particularly interesting to watch. Probably give 2 or 3 good attempts to getting Lulu's ultimate weapon, the one where you have to dodge the 200 lightning bolts, but we won't do that for hours upon hours upon hours. Later, Chaos. Safe flight. Good to see you. Oh, that critical hit. That doesn't list the things I'm talking about. Nice, Will. So there was a way to do that way back in the day in Final Fantasy VI. When you're on the Leet River, you're on like a raft. You can set it up so that you're on this permanent loop while you're on the raft. And just like tape down the confirm button. Set your party members so that they automatically heal you all the time. When I played it as a kid, I didn't have access to the Dark Aeon because I was playing the original version. This is my first time ever playing the HD remaster. I played the old PS2 version a lot as a kid. So the best I could do was beating Nemesis, which I think was the hardest boss in the original. It was an arena battle. I'd like to hit Waka. Might be a way to do it in 9 as well, we'll see. 6 is the classic example where you can just tape down the button on the Leet River, excuse me. Oh, it's Waka, shit, attack. Cheerios are my jam. Am I the only, like, monster who eats dry cereal? My wife gives me endless shit for it. I don't like milk in my cereal, I just eat it dry. Right, Koj? You have to just make up a name for everything. Or they had silly names that were in the instruction manual only. Yeah, you didn't run into... You couldn't accidentally fight an extremely hard boss in this game. Like, the thing that could happen is maybe you go to the Omega Ruins and fight Ultima and Omega Weapon, but they're very much doable on the main save file without a lot of grinding. I know that the international versions, if you walk around like, oh, there's Dark Valifor, shit. Now I'm dead. Good looking out, Waka. Throwing potions. Yep. I think it's that it's not that he can't swim. It's that Tidus and Walker are the only two party members who have practiced holding their breath for a long time from blitzballing, and Riku has it from being a salvager. I think those are like, oh, they actually are monsters you can attack. Fight them. Kill the thing. Try dark attack. It might be immune. We'll see. So this is a mission that might be a little tough if we decide to build Waka as a black mage. Any of the Tidus only missions actually could be a problem. It's like killing a little fish is a waste of time. You're a waste of time. Throw potions at both of them. No, they hang a lampshade on it. They mention it at one pass. You have to teach me how to breathe underwater sometime. Like, yeah, okay. So I don't think it's justified, but if we say in the game universe that there are certain people who can hold their breath forever or, you know, can breathe underwater, it would make sense for those three characters to be Tidus, Waka, and Riku. Ow, bro! Guy's not screwing around. We're just like, hey, we have this cool sport that's basically underwater soccer, but it doesn't make any sense. Well, screw it. It passes the rule of cool. It would be cool, so let's do it. Squid Shroom Wilson. Yeah, no real point fighting the fish there. Nice dodge from Waka. Yeah, I assume too, but you never see one. I think they could make that a plot point. I'll drop a cheer. So we're going to be doing all physical attacks in this fight. I imagine that's true of all the Dark Aeon fights. Dark Aeons are new super bosses, optional super bosses at the end of the game. You know how there's like Omega Weapon in the original game and there's the arena that you can go to. They're mostly to, you know, show off that you're able to beat them. They're hard even after you've maxed out your characters, like done the whole sphere grid. And I think you fight penance if you beat all of them, right? I've never actually beaten them. Like I said, this is my first time playing this HD remaster of the game. Hey, thank you for the follow. Good to have you. So for the new folks in chat, give me my spiel. My channel is focused around completing full playthroughs of every awesome game ever made. I want to beat all of them and record those playthroughs on YouTube. People on Twitch. Knowing that that's an impossible goal. There's too many rad games. We pass the singularity. You can't get all of them in a human lifetime. Try anyway. Final Fantasy X is one of those. We played Xenoblade Chronicles a little bit earlier. You can check underneath the schedule to see the games we're currently playing. And check for the completed game list if you wanted to watch through some of the playlists of games we've already beaten. Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, working through Zelda. This upcoming Thursday we're continuing through our full Zelda series playthrough. There we go. Welcome back, Random. The arena bosses are all they're intended to remain challenging even when you have maxed everybody out, like gotten them all their highest stats, gotten them their ultimate weapon, and they are. And a lot of them have cool mechanics. So like the Tonberry fight, he uses an attack that deals damage to you based on the number of Tonberries you've killed, or I think it's just enemies you've killed in this one. The Cactuar is really, really fast, and he evades almost all of your attacks and so on. So you have to find some kind of trick to beat each of them. More graphics, if you check your alt tab in. Cool FMV cutscene. It blew my mind as a kid that they fit all of this on one disc after playing 7, 8, and 9 that are all multi-disc games. This goes to show how much more you can fit on a DVD versus a CD-ROM. Does. I'd say it has a ridiculous amount of single play value. You can sink a lot of time into it. It's a good game to revisit though. I like pretty much the whole Final Fantasy series for that reason. 8 million HP is not too bad. That means you have to hit it 80 times at max damage. So if you're using some of the attacks that hit multiple times in a run, like Waka's reels. Yes, I would agree with Kojay. A lot of the cutscenes and dialogue are setting up plot stuff that happens much later. So occasionally I'll revisit games that we've already played. I know I just said one full playthrough of every awesome game, but there are some games that warrant multiple playthroughs, and I think the Final Fantasy series is one of them. We'll do like a second quest playthrough where we go ahead and include spoilers while we go through it. Assume that everyone watching has played it before or knows the story.
I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea. Under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Yeah, Wilson, I saw that. You may have been the one who posted the link to it. It's like the long 14-part side quest with the two dudes in the Prima Vista company. You keep going back to Lindblom. Bunch of extra scenes nobody knew about.
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna. I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, Milady Summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Thanks, BT.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
We'll go see what we can do to help in town.
Huh?
The graphics of the main part of the game are pretty well improved in the HD remaster. They put a lot of work into it. Not just a matter of upscaling it to HD textures. I don't know if it makes up for my concerns with the soundtrack, but I hadn't played this version before, so I wanted to show it off at least once. It was a quest involving Bonero, I want to say. If someone has the link to the Final Fantasy IX quest that was discovered like 15 years later, you can go ahead and link it. Yes, Waka is Bender. Waka is John DiMaggio. Tidus is James Arnold Taylor, who's also a pretty prolific voice actor. Riku is Tara Strong, who's in everything. She's female and has a high-pitched voice, or if she's a young boy, she's probably voiced by Tara Strong.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
Careful, guys. Don't spoil anything for the later game. There's some people in chat who haven't played it before.
Are you sure it's just your memory that's the
I
problem?
won't spoil anything for me, but trying to keep it as a virgin experience as much as possible.
The dead need guidance. Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive. You see, they envy the living. And in time, that envy turns to anger.
But fear
even
led
hate.
to anger.
Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey
Hey, that's where
on the
monsters come
living.
from.
Sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this?
Kami hasn't, and I save these playthroughs on YouTube. If people want to pop it and just watch it. So I try to keep, since I have the chat on my screen, I try to keep spoilers out in the meantime. We'll talk about that stuff when we get to it, though. More cool graphics cutscene, if you tab in. Yuna walking on the water. Bunch of what look like coffins underneath her. This is a kind of an OBT dubs moment. Like, they never really addressed this idea again that Yuna can walk on water. No, they don't. I was just thinking the same thing, Matt. Like, oh. She can walk on water, but we won't address that again. The surface tension in Kilika is extremely high. Clearly it's like a magic trick. Yeah, super BT dubs mine for fish. They've been in. Yeah, got a couple people who haven't at all, but nice, Lulu. Yeah, I've 100% at the NTSC version as well. Never played international before now.
It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
Until she defeats sin.
Yeah, just throw that out there. By the way, she can walk on water. BT dubs. It passes the rule of cool.
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time.
I wished there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
Mind for fish. I'm good. I'm glad they didn't change that. This is a mistranslation. I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up. Basically, like, it's more like, if it's cool, we'll just do it. Like, if you're wondering, like, huh, I wonder why she can walk on water, like, the answer is that it looks cool. It's not that it's acceptable to not explain it. Just that that's usually why things are the way they are. Yeah, Wilson. I want to be Blitzball.
Hey, you awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
I don't actually, okay, I gotta be fair to the soundtrack remaster. I don't have a problem with the acoustic guitar take on this. Like their new rendition of it. But most of the remaster I don't like as far as music goes.
Ah, there you are. Be said, Aurochs, huddle. On to the temple, where we pray for victory. Go! High Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kilika temple here. Yup. Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know?
Waka. Praying for victory's all good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
I feel like everyone's forced to do a lot of exposition to Tidus, but that's a good thing. He's the clueless protagonist, which is an important trope. He ends up being a vehicle, an audience surrogate. And we as the audience, as the player, don't know anything about this game universe. And when you don't have a clueless protagonist, it seems ham-fisted to just explain it, but when it, you know, Tidus actually needs to know about it, it makes sense for people to say it all the time. Yeah, I hear you, Koji. I really don't like the synths in the battle either. I'm also really into music. There are a lot of games I will play just because Nobuo Uematsu scored them. Like, Blue Dragon's a pretty good game, but the main reason I play Blue Dragon is because of the Bitchin' Uematsu soundtrack. Oh, nice. Did you go to Distant Worlds, Deacon Told this story before, and I think it gives Kami PTSD. My sister-in-law, her boyfriend is really into Final Fantasy, so took her to a Distant Worlds concert, Final Fantasy concert. It was one where Nobuo Uematsu showed up himself on stage to jam with them, play some keyboard. And she's telling me the story. Like, yeah, we went to this Final Fantasy concert, and this Japanese guy walked on stage. He had like a mustache, and all the nerds were screaming and like throwing their panties at him, and I didn't get it, and I was like, Lisa, I'm gonna kill you.
Whoa!
Why couldn't I have been there instead of you? I would have appreciated it. I wanted to throw my panties at Nobuo Uematsu. In all seriousness, though, he's an excellent composer and writes really rad shit. Right, Mind for Fish? Nice. Any of you guys know? I think Broken One's going to one. Any of y'all go into the Zelda Symphony that's touring the US and the EU now? There you go, Kami. T-Rock. Usually link this while we're playing Zelda, but I'll toss it out there now too. Check it out, see if you can still find tickets. It's a really, really, really good show. Obsessive saving. Gotta save our game a lot in case something bad happens.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
What?
What? What do you mean?
It's just that... well...
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
I think the hallway problem is one of those, like, you know, you can design a really beautiful environment with a lot of curated experiences if you make it as linear as possible, and it's really hard to make a beautiful curated experience when it's totally nonlinear.
Kimahri, why don't you use Lancet on it?
What's lancing?
Normally, it's a skill that weakens enemies and heals the user. But when a Ronso uses it, that Ronso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Hey, sounds cool.
Let everyone get their XP. Gonna whack them in the head real quick. Yeah, I hear you, Mind for Fish. 100% agree. Seed cannon. I guess I mean to say that it's a slider, like, you know, you invest in one area, you automatically lose in the other areas. Scout sensor on it. Rather be immune to status effects than immune to elements. Usually my thought. We'll do some sphere grid. I probably won't do it after every single battle. I'll let everyone get... First of all, let everyone have at least 1 point, and then maybe do it until we get like 2 points, and then move on. 13 remains wildly popular in Japan, I believe. And it wasn't even really a failure in the US, like they made money on it. Just a lot of people really don't like it. Wait, that upsets a lot of people. Flyer. That overkill. Nice. silenced. Interesting. That's a nice skill for your mages to have. It absorbs MP as well. Let's do Tidus.
Newbie here.
Sorry.
Lots of cool in-combat voice acting. Didn't really have that in Final Fantasy titles before this one. I mean, voice acting obviously, but in combat,
Now
like
what?
flavor discussions just didn't happen. You occasionally had some scripted events, like Final Fantasy VI, where Locke and Edgar are talking to Terra. Okay, I'll just say it and give people the points. I also say Tidus, but Stream voted to name him Tidus, and I'm giving people 0 points if you catch me saying it correctly. But see, I spelled it Tidus at Stream's vote. I wonder how many followers I'm going to lose because they hear me say Tidus and like, man, screw this guy, and they just leave Stream without finding out why. How you doing, Corporate? Have you played this game before? We were going to make him a black mage. Let's do that. It's unusual and interesting. Yeah, I've heard part of the problem with 13 is that too much of it feels like a tutorial. I think we're going to make her into Orin, right? So like a warrior sort of character. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. So up toward Wakka's path. Awesome. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. 6 takes that title. Let's see, we were gonna make Yuna was gonna be Tidus. Hey, thanks for the follow. It's good to have you. 6 is my favorite by a long shot, and then all of them are pretty comparable after that. A couple more towards the bottom. I'll play those ones on stream though. It'll be essentially a blind playthrough of. Let's see, what should we do with? I guess Kimahri can be Wakka. Why not? Probably not going to use him too much. Even the worst Final Fantasy is still a good game. Can't really find any main series titles that are just unacceptably bad. They have their problems. Like even 13, you know, has its issues in comparison to the rest of the series, but you can't say that it's like Superman 64. Nice, Wilson. Yeah, I'd expect if it's just spelled Tidus and you're pronouncing it in the Japanese fashion, you would say Tidus.
Take it easy, huh?
I'm fine.
Chill out there, Tidus. Let's have him attack to get the XP. Let everyone get a go.
Man, blows can't hurt it, huh?
Stop.
Yeah, I'm a big
Only
fan of the
magic
class
can hurt
system.
this one.
That's why I like the job system in Final Fantasy X-2 so much. I mean, there's lots of problems with X-2. The biggest problem with X-2 is that they made it X-2 and didn't just call it Final Fantasy 13 or Final Fantasy JRPG Adventure. Final Fantasy J-Pop Hero. Anything other than Final Fantasy X-2 and set in the same universe.
I'm ready.
Lulu, you're up. Everyone got their chance to swing, get some XP. Ah, very good. I assume that it came from Tide, right? That's where I thought it was pronounced that way. You have a series of Final Fantasy protagonists that are named in some way relevant to water, so Cloud, Squall, Tidus.
Focus on the fight.
No worries.
Oh man, Wakka can focus. Focus is all crocus.
Let us guardians handle the
Chill your
likes of
face,
these.
Lulu. No time at all, Lulu is going to be a powerhouse. Bonk. This is a pretty funny Penny Arcade comic that's like, wait a minute. Final Fantasy VII had the big sword. Final Fantasy VIII had the gun sword. Final Fantasy X had the water sword. What kind of sword did Final Fantasy IX have? I mean, I think he had a tail. Was it a sword? No. Actually, you don't really need to change the formation ever, since you can do that right away. So the reason you might consider moving them around is in case an enemy attacks you right at the beginning of combat. You want to avoid that. Brotherhood saber. Yeah. He's like a thief's knife. He's one of the only main series characters that's a thief. Main series protagonist, sorry. There are clearly thieves in earlier titles. And say Locke doesn't count because there is no main character in Final Fantasy VI. That's the whole point of the game. Is an ensemble cast. Pretty good video that talks about the practicality or lack thereof of the Buster Sword. Even if Claude were super evenly strong, I don't think it would be effective as a person. But then it's a fantasy universe. People also cast lightning from their fingertips. It passes the rule of cool, deal with it. Suspend your disbelief and have a fun time. Would it be cool if a guy had a gigantic sword that he could lift with one hand? Yes, okay, so... I hear that, Mind for Fish. It's another game that they just shouldn't have called it Chrono. You know, I really... Before playing it on stream, I was a huge fan of Final Fantasy IX and having the main character be a thief and having boss fights early in the game where, like, every boss has a rare steal. That's great, but playing it on stream where it takes, like, sometimes 20 minutes to steal all the items from every boss, I don't know if I care for it so much anymore. I don't know what a solution to that problem is. Either just making steal have a 100% success chance, so the cost of using it is the cost of using the action. Just kidding. Yes, in... what's the game? Kingdom Hearts 1, Selphie's in that game, as is Tidus, and she calls him Tidus, pronounces it that way. They pronounce him the other way in Kingdom Hearts 2 and most other presentations of the character where it's voice acted. We want to save before we fight that thing. We have leveled up, but a lot of leveling up in the way that I'm doing level ups right now is an inefficient path. You're an inefficient path. I think that Ochu is technically an optional boss. Question mark, like, the whole point is you can walk around it or you can try to fight it. Yeah, it's a JRPG, it's for the PlayStation 1. It was meant to be a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Deacon, have you played Chrono Trigger? I mean, forget Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is a pretty good game. Not having played Chrono Trigger is a crime against the universe, though. One that should be amended post-haste. Heck yeah! Chrono Trigger I'd like to revisit. I've got, now that I have the DS capture card, we can play the DS version and see the cool anime cutscenes and stuff that they added to it. And that's another game that I am totally comfortable playing multiple times on stream.
Let's end
Avoids
this.
my usual rule of just play it once because it's so outstanding and it's also not very long. Hey Ryan Depot, how you doing? don't know if I can do his
I
slot
can take
spell.
care of those alone, huh?
I think it's solvable. I don't think it's yeah, it's not RNG at all. It's all skill, which I did not have in that attempt there. Birdman! Oh, I didn't know they retranslated it, Microfish. That's exciting. I'd totally have to do it then. What's the 25th anniversary of the US release? It's like this month. Maybe I won't be able to time that right. Not with all the other games on the schedule right now.
Please, fight with us!
Never played Skies of Arcadia. Do that as a blind playthrough on stream. Heard good things about it. Two marks? Okay. Good looking out, Lulu. Yeah, so notice, this is what I love about the combat in this game. There's perfect information in the turn-based battle. So in the top right corner, it shows you what the turn order is going to be. The S is the summon, Monby is the second monster. So if I just attack it, then it gets to go right after me, but if I use Sonic Wings, then I get to attack twice in a row, because it uses less, like, initiative time. Yes, Deacanoa, absolutely. If you get it, play with us on my server. We're on Ultros. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, it is full of Final Fantasy nostalgia stuff. It's also a really well-made MMO. It's much, much better than Final Fantasy XI, which is a game I played a lot when I was younger. Yeah, our server name is Ultros. Oh man, if I wanted to do a 25-year anniversary Chrono Trigger playthrough, I'm gonna have to get on that real quick. Let's see, that is a Saturday. I'm wondering if maybe I could just do like a special stream and boot up the DS version and play a little bit into it. Did I say, Nulu, when I gave the KH2 example, did I say, did I pronounce it that way, or did I say the other way? I don't remember now. I'll give it to you if I actually said it like the detergent. We don't want to do that. I think it's a game where if you like MMOs, you'll really like it. If all you have going into it is that you like Final Fantasy, there's still a good chance you would enjoy it. I would sooner recommend it to a Final Fantasy fan who doesn't like MMOs than I would to an MMO fan who's never played Final Fantasy before, if that makes sense. Like the nostalgia component is a big enough aspect of how cool it is. You can go on YouTube, there's a live DVR feature, you can rewind it. I'll trust you, but I thought I was being careful there. The non-T way, very good. There's a lot of people there listening out for me to slip. They catch me at any moment.
Nothing to fear, the hero's here! Yeah!
And Malboros.
You're not too bad.
You ain't seen nothing
yet. Dun, dun. Yeah, Azervad. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that! Okay. Whew. Nope, I have to fight it. There's no running. Alright, well, we'll give it a try. This isn't the party I wanted to use to fight it. I wanted to get back to the save point first and heal everybody up. Okay, we'll see what happens. Do you have any antidotes? I do. Using a lot of them. You're saying that Tidus is, Tidus is potato salad. Yeah, Godspeed, I don't know. The way I've been building the characters so far, I've had a chance to get them all their stats, so it's almost like they haven't really touched the sphere grid. He might be immune to dark, we'll see. It is. Let's try busting out a summon for as long as it can handle it. Well, no, I think that's the correct thing to do. Oh, you can just run from this fight? Okay, good looking out, Spike. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I don't think I've ever gotten into this fight by accident without being prepared, so let's see what happens. I like this game's incarnation of the summons. It's still really OP, but it's cool that they like replace your party for the duration that they're out. Really neat take on it. Birdman! Too many Sonic Wings we can get off. The answer is probably a lot. Summon Harvey Birdman. Ah! Thank you for being honest. I'm going to try to do as many Sonic Wings as I can. No, I might not be able to. No, we're going to try to do as many as we can before it's the enemy's turn, and then we'll use the energy ray, because his next hit will very likely kill Birdman. And this is wasting overdrive gauge. Okay, there we go. I'd rather get some extra damage in though. Pretty good. Ouch. Do. Yeah, right, Wilson. I tend to apply the name Gerudo just kind of willy-nilly. Alright, so it's at about half health. I think we can do this. Keep Yuna out for the heals. This is the song where my wife Andrea will be like, she writes her own bass line to the song and then just like hums it the whole time. She's like, whenever she'd play this, every single time she heard this song, it's hilarious. I can hear the hentai thing. Let's see. She has cure, right? She does. Perfect. I'll try to sub Yuna out for Waka, I think. Falls asleep. I think that makes him heal. We don't want that. No! Wake up. Ow. Good how casting on your whole party works in this game. Some games you have to do something special to be able to cast on everyone. So you just like press the R button. Yeah, so like, do you guys know how in Final Fantasy X you cast on everybody? Do you need to have like a special skill to do that? Try and press like L and R and no dice. So heal herself first. Who has the least hit point spectrum and maximum? Lulu does. I've had a couple. I'm gonna have a lot pretty soon because I plan to stream Dark Souls after we beat Xenoblade Chronicles, so I'll likely be dying quite a bit. I did. I'll try that again. I think it switches. Yeah, down switches between who you're targeting. There's something else in this game I think that lets you hit multiple targets like that. Yourself, because you can pick people up. Yeah. I think that's supposed to be an Ochu. This bell will say it targets all. Got you, Cappy. Probably a better way to handle it, a little bit more balanced. Magic gets OP really fast if you can target everybody with it all the time. Yep. A lot of game over screens in that game. The goal is to play through every awesome game ever made, do one full playthrough, and I understand there'll be certain blocks of Dark Souls where I play it for 2 hours and don't actually make any progress. Like, the only progress I make is that I learn how to handle the fight for next time. So that has me really excited. What was I even worried about? This guy's not a big deal. Earthquake's pretty nasty. You want to stay topped off to deal with that. Okay, Mega Man, no worries. You could try watching on YouTube and turn down the quality. That should help. Bring Waka back in. What's up, Walks? Bender. Real Bender. When possible, you want to try to get overkill on bosses. I didn't there. Because you get like extra items that drop, among some other things. I'm going to give that MP sphere to Waka.
A summoner and her guardians. Very impressive.
Sir, we should fight too.
We'll get our chance soon enough.
Young crusaders gather around. We'll beat sin into the ground.
Alright. If Waka's going to be a black mage, he's going to need a lot of MP. Where is everybody right now on this sphere grid? I also kind of want to put it somewhere where everyone's likely to be able to activate it. Yeah, I think we put it there, everyone's going to be able to hit it. It's perfect. So let's do that. Yeah, so you see there's a lot of empty nodes on the sphere grid. That's because you get these spheres that let you populate them. It's kind of cool. And a sphere. Sphere. And a sphere. We're gonna make her into Tidus, or crap. I gotta get some more ability spheres. Let's start extracting them. Tidus, I mean to say. Get more ability spheres for him too before I can move him. She was gonna be Waka / Orange, so here it makes sense. He's gonna be a black mage. Guess I should have grabbed Lancet, and it's too late now, but that's okay. I think that was my first, like, truly, totally accidental use of the correct way to pronounce it rather than the incorrect way. We actually don't want to go. This is the way we want to go. Right, D-Rock. Yeah. So you all get stream currency sphere points just for being in chat. You get 1 point every 5 minutes. You can spend those points on decisions in game, so like, you know, Tidus' name, Valifor's name, Birdman. In Mass Effect, people spend sphere points to vote on Shepard's decisions. You can also use them to vote on the next game that we're going to play after we beat one of the games that's in the log. I'll send the link for that one. Let me see what the ranking is. Right now, I think it's going to be Final Fantasy IX. When we beat FF9, we're going to sub it out for another game in the backlog. Also use your sphere points now to vote for Sub-Block, which is tomorrow from 3 to 6 Pacific. This is a chance for our subscribers to pick a set of games, and the games that have the top 3 most votes will play tomorrow from 3 to 6. Oops. And if you want to vote for the subscribers games, I can't really add commands for that or it's going to get unwieldy really fast, so there's just a form you can fill out. Where you just put in your name, you can type !SP to see how many sphere points you have. Log how many votes you want to make to see that game. Once we play a game on sub-block, the number of votes it has will reset. So that's a game that we're only going to play for like an hour at a time. You know, everything else we play, we continue playing it until we beat it. There's no such obligation for sub-block day.
Hey! After the tournament, you should join the Crusaders.
Do your best, kid. Wakka's counting on you.
That's your rank. There are 42 ranks to achieve. And you rank up as you watch. Type !level up to see. They're named after bosses from Chrono Trigger, so it goes from the first boss, or the first enemy in Chrono Trigger, all the way up through the secret boss of the game.
You'd best stop that. Wakka's in charge of flyers.
I do what I want, girl. Can I lance it and go again? Can't. Well, I can lance it and have him go sooner, so I can sub him out. One with Chrono Trigger 1 because it's a really cool game, and 2 because there happen to be almost exactly 42 bosses you can make work in it. So if you add Imp as the original rank. Poison, man, I ain't even trying to hear that.
Sit
oh, I
back
will.
and watch.
So Wakka goes from having 10 MP to 50 MP real fast. Yep. At certain rank thresholds you get a special badge in chat. It's at 30 hours, 60 hours, 120 hours, and 240 hours watched. Try to watch for that. If you notice that you deserve a rank up and don't have it yet, let me know, I can give it to you. Try killing it with Tidus. Dragon's Dogma? No, I haven't. What kind of game is it? Right. Any action they take guarantees them XP. So you don't even have to land with that attack. You can miss and you'll still get it. Oh, this is the way forward. I want to go back and check the other way real quick. Getting some sphere points though, or sphere levels. We need ability spheres. Let me pull Yuna in to make that happen here.
Yuna, here!
Oh, defending works. That's interesting. Does that have a very small amount of like initiative or turn order used up? Ooh. That's really cool, Random. You say it's like Shadow of the Colossus. You know that scene in the first Ninja Turtles movie where April's like, do you guys like pizza? And like, Michelangelo shoots out of the sewers like, pizza. That's what it's like when people say it's like Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, I think so, D-Rock. Look at that, high potion. I could do top 6. Trying to find ways to coax you guys to dump your sphere points, but you're all being very clever with the way you spend them. It's cool. Something really big will come up at some point. Someone's gonna really want to name a character, you know, Booty Butts. Spend all their sphere points on it.
Aid us.
Yeah. Or depending on how badly Kami wants to see Yuna racers. And so we can go again, we can sub mouse. Right, Mine for Fish? The saved up nuclear option. You could also just save them forever. I don't know if Apex is in his windows. Lancet? It's not particularly exciting. You're not particularly exciting. Get Huaka back in town.
No worries. Stay down. Yeah.
Be cool, Mine for Fish. Cappy. Oh, by the way, since a lot of the subscribers, so you can subscribe. Unfortunately, you cannot yet subscribe on Twitch proper. Twitch only offers revenue sharing to exclusive partners, which I haven't yet achieved with Twitch. But Hitbox does, and I'm multi-streaming to Hitbox too. So if you'd like to subscribe, you can go to hitbox.tv/Marstead. It'll get you some perks. First of all, you'll get cheaper voting on the next game. You'll be able to suggest games that we play on stream day. Pretty soon, I'm going to be adding a subscriber forum to post on and a subscriber TeamSpeak channel that I'll probably hang out in the morning before I start streaming. It won't be something I do live. And some other things that I'm still working on.
Take that.
Yes, it was Mine for Fish. I feel like Twitch is probably going to do it soon too. Really, there's absolutely a reason that Twitch needs to separate their exclusive partners from their non-exclusive partners, because the transcoding, those are the quality options at the bottom of some streamers' pages. They're very expensive to provide, but there's no reason why that has to be linked to revenue sharing. They should just turn that on for everybody. I'll repost it here. Let's swordplay the nasty one. I'm going to kill it in one hit. Try. Great. Those are enough to kill it. I think overkill takes into account the amount of damage you deal with your final attack, or the attack that actually kills it, so it makes sense to do your nastiest attack as the final hit. Try to get the overkill bonus. If you're going for it, anyway. Cool. I'll retotal those on Mondays, or like if we're about to beat the game that it's going to replace, I'll retotal them as well. Some games I have a preset schedule to sub out, so like I'm going to try to always have a Final Fantasy game on the schedule. I know I'm switching to Dark Souls after Xenoblade Chronicles. I want to have one long game on the schedule. This might get an overkill, we'll see. Right, Mine for Fish? God, that would be great. Like, I have Hitbox chat open right now, but I can't offer any of the same. I can't like offer sphere points in Hitbox without duplicating the system and finding somebody else's bot, and it would all be very messy. If I could just do both and have it be a single platform, that'd be great. Well, if you're if a subscriber ever adds Dragon's Dogma to the list, just it being on the list increases the chance we'll play it for at least for an hour on sub-block day. As part of the goal of sub-block is that a game you really want to show me, maybe me just playing it for an hour, I'll be like, oh man, I gotta play this game, and I'll just add it to the list for a full playthrough of my own accord. That's of course something that I can't promise. Decent chance it'll happen though. There was Mine for Fish, but Hitbox recently dropped IRC. I found this out the hard way. Unless if you know more about it, like, than I do. This is something I found out 2 months ago. Nice crit from Waka there. Waka bringing the pain. Oh, right, I got sidetracked there. So the reason, to the subscribers in chat, if you want, I added a section for preferred time to play to the spreadsheet. Just if you know there's a block where you're most likely to be able to tune in and watch the game that you want to see. So if you want to hop back into that sheet, if you're one of our subscribers, Kami, Cappy, D-Rock, AMA, Broken One, or Chaos, you can fill out your preferred time block, and I'll do my best to match it if I can. Or you can just put in the block, hey, I'm not going to be here. You know, please don't play it this week because I really want to see it live. And then I'll skip over it, but I'll keep your votes in place so that they'll count the next time we play. It won't always be Wednesdays. I intend to rotate the time block every week so that people can see it regardless of when they're usually able to tune in. There's me double saving there for no reason. Ah, got you, microfish. That's pretty awesome, Matt. Well, you'd still get that transmog in off season, right? Like all the season items and transmogs roll over into non-season, so you could just do barb all season and pick it up in off season some other time when you feel like it. Double save hype. No, I haven't done 4 yet. I intend to, just haven't gotten to it yet. Hits less frequently than I would like it to. Although maybe it's based on the like dodge score of the enemy you're attacking. Which will explain why it keeps missing.
My turn now.
I'm totally a double saver. Do it unapologetically. Gotta be careful, man. I got you, Broken One. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I might just expand the time preference to be like day and time and give you a wider range of options than what I have in there, so. For today, though, I just did it for tomorrow's stream subblock. I've never played the DS version of FF4. If I do, it would be my first playthrough of it that way. I'll give him extract abilities so we can pick up some more of these spheres. I can't really move him around on the sphere grid until I pick up a whole ton of ability spheres. Alright, see you, Mega Man. I think it's either going to be 4 next after we beat 10 or Final Fantasy 1, Dawn of Souls. Might be that she has to physically hit them. Yeah.
Let us.
Oh, my XP, girl. No, it still does damage. That's helpful. But I like the sprite style of the original so much. I don't know if I like the 3D style all that much. I mean, tell you what, I'm going to play the Super Nintendo and the DS version at some point of Final Fantasy IV. Right? It's another one of the games that I'm perfectly comfortable replaying. I feel like if I do that, though, I should play the older version first, so it doesn't feel like I'm downgrading when I play the other one. Yes.
You'd best stop that. Walker's in charge of flyers.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
Remember?
Matt. With the weapons of Death Touch, yeah. Throw a little friendly guide and whack.
Piece of cake!
Ugh, it's gonna take a while to get all these ability spheres. I guess that's one of the downsides of the expert sphere grid. I'm just lucky that they even give you the extractability option. PSP version of PS for that one. It's similar to the DS style, right? D-Rock, it has like the 3D character sprites. I said I'll play both eventually. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. I feel compelled to do the SNES version first, and then when we revisit it in a few years, we'll do the newer version. I haven't played After Years at all. I have to do that at some point anyway. Past the point where everyone can access a node on the grid. But backtracking anyway. You have to make a decision. We gotta get a lot of ability spheres before we can really move people on from here. Yeah, it starts when we're at PAX. It's on day 1 of PAX Prime, so I'm gonna miss the beginning of the season. That's cool. I've been the power leveler in a couple seasons. No, I think the Super Nintendo sprite graphics style is timeless. I don't think we're ever going to see a bad-looking game.
Miss me?
Don't strain yourself.
Sounds good,
I'll
man.
handle the bird.
Basically, whoever gets the maximum level in Diablo is the one who's on power level duty after that for the rest of the season. So Andrew's home and she's already doing her little version of the baseline.
It's over.
Got through the hammer here.
I'm good, yeah?
Scoot over the wall. Yeah. That's what everybody does when they celebrate, isn't it? This is my wife Andrea.
Polly.
Kitty Polly. Our foster kitty of one of her colleagues from undergrad. Stuck in the UK without a visa. Can't come back to get his cat. I'm gonna hit him just to get the thing. No, do it. Andrea hype. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get XP, dude. Get hype. Cat hype. It's like that's not the song, but oh man, Pop-Tarts. I haven't had Pop-Tarts in a while. Alright. Bye, Polly. You can't rename them.
Alright, good, so it's Calamari.
It's Kimahri. Is that the only one you gave your own name to? You called Lulu, Yuna, Waka, those all are pretty similar. Yeah, she always called Kimahri Calamari. I think there's a boss fight coming up soon. I got a bunch of sphere points that I need to spend, but I got or sphere levels I need to spend. I get more ability spheres first, though.
These stone steps have a history, you know.
What's up?
Yep.
Those sphere levels you
Lord
haven't
O'Holland
spent?
trained here at his peak.
Did I teach you nothing?
So I'm playing the expert sphere grid which means that everybody starts in the middle, so there's all kinds of abilities all over the place, and you need to get enough ability spheres to be able to activate all of them, otherwise I will pass them without activating, and that's much worse.
Think you can beat me?
Okay.
As long as you're not being lazy.
Not being lazy.
That makes sense.
Andrea would check the sphere grid after every single battle, if at least one person leveled up.
Ready?
Yuna!
Hey!
Yeah, she cheating.
Huh? Hey!
This girl, I tell you what.
Kids.
Nothing, Kimahri?
Kids.
She's like... She's a grizzled veteran. She's like 25. In a JRPG. I feel like she's supposed to be like in her maybe early 30s, late 20s, as so is Wakka. But in all seriousness, like, an army veteran is usually like 17, and like an old battle-hardened like sage man with gray hair is probably like in his mid-30s.
That's
It's just Sinspawn. Hey King's Poopatron, how you been? You're pretty sweet, Matt. I feel it's only a matter of time before you can be a mini Kimahri Dragoon man. Again, this is another cool feature that would only work in Final Fantasy X and beyond. Previous Final Fantasies, the way the battles worked, like you couldn't have different screens because it wasn't rendered in full 3D. Nope, in the dark. Good to know. Hold a magic absorbs attacks against you. Ouch. And it looks like it doesn't take extra damage from anything. Might can kill it with fire though.
Kill it with fire.
Almost. Not quite, but almost. Ha! Dude. Which is a really cool, like, looking thing, but it's not actually very effective. For long, anyway. You get replaced it pretty early. There's a quest that upgrades it a little bit ways to the game, but it's still not.
Getting your experience?
Yes, I'm getting our experience.
Summon Birdman.
It was. You press select to turn it on or off. I'm talking about the help at the top of the screen. And it only shows that if you have someone that either has cast scan on the enemy or you have someone with sensor on their gear in the battle. So you notice it's gone now, but it's because Wakka's not with me. If I sub her out for Wakka, by Wakka, there we go. Now see how there's the info box? That's because he has sensor on his weapon, which is like scan. Now you get some early items that have sensor on them and then they go away. I used to have at least one character that had one, even just to sub them in so I could see the details and then sub them back out. Because you can use it to look at the details and then remove them.
Lulu's a grizzled war veteran like a teddy bear.
Yeah, you got it. The Moogle. But, you know, called the wrong thing. It's fine.
Yeah! Hey!
Andrea always names her protagonists in video games. She just names them A. It's infuriating.
It's awesome. Number one.
So when you see us play Final Fantasy IX, you'll see that he's named A.
It's hard as rock! My sword's no good!
The heroine is fast. Fast.
It ended up working in Zelda. Because in Zelda, there's Groose, he yells at you, he says, A? So if you name him A, it actually makes sense. This is one of those Mario Party get a blister on your palm. Andrew's looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? You gotta spin the right stick really fast.
No, I could never be a biologist. I'm pretty sure I drove my biology teacher in high school crazy by my terrible pronunciation.
Oh god. She just makes stuff up. She really does. Like I said, Kimahri's name is right there, Kimahri, but she just decided that his name was Calamari and called him that for the rest of the game.
This is why I went with physics.
Picture like a...
Because when we have something out in the universe that doesn't emit light, it's dark. And it's
dark matter.
Thus, dark matter.
Not creative. A. Do more damage while he's in this form. Now for Andrea, it's just A.
Like, you know, when you get a high score in Tetris, you just hit
Birdman! Some kind of monster? No, if you're like playing in an arcade, you put like ass or something, and then you chuckle.
2 out of 3 for me, so...
Hey, Ewan Nova, how you doing?
Birdman!
The reason I summon Birdman is the hope that we get an overkill by doing enough damage to it.
Birdman has some nice titties.
Birdman does have some nice titties. I never noticed that before. Did you point that out when we were playing it? Birdman is, it should be Bird Woman. Bird Person, maybe. Moo.
It takes forever.
So you're lazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Didn't get an overkill though. No. Double XP and double item drops.
Yeesh. Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Hey.
What?
So, what are these Sinspawn anyway?
Fiends. They fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
In media res, story begins in the middle of it, and it's told through flashback. Rick and Morty is a treat.
Just a little thing by mine.
That's a combination of a mining pick and a fish. It's only 18 by 18 pixels, so I didn't have a lot of room for it, but it's a comic called VG Cats that was like making fun of newbies in Final Fantasy XI. They're like, "How I mine for fish?" Like, because that's an absurd question to ask. Because clearly, it's okay.
That's an ability sphere.
I did. Gotta pop in there. Kira and Asuna.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want, and you don't owe people sphere points, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so Tyler, like, you're making him be a healer?
Yes, I'm choosing to subvert the trope for all my characters.
So who's gonna counter? Quick hit.
That's gonna be Yuna. She's gonna be Tidus.
Then just throws himself and, like, never falls. Waka's gonna be your mage?
Yep, he's gonna be Black Mage. Kimahri, I think, is gonna be Orin / Waka. I haven't fully decided that yet.
Are gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll make Orin into Riku, so he'll be the thief.
Who's gonna be?
Kimahri?
Blue.
Yeah, Kimahri doesn't really have a role. He's in the normal game. Kimahri is the only one who starts in the middle, and then you can evolve him in any direction you want. Experts figured they all start in the middle. Regular show is really good too, D-Rock. Adventure Time's my favorite cartoon on TV right now.
So, they got fiends in Xanacan too?
Just a few. It's a big deal when one shows up, though. Hey, since when have you believed me about Xanarkin anyway?
I've been thinking. Maybe people Sin gets to don't die. Maybe Sin carries them through time. Like 1,000 years through time. And then one day,
Lulu
maybe they just pop back, see?
Yell at you for that.
Amazing. Simply amazing. You make up one theory after another, refusing to face the simple truth. Sin didn't take Chappu anywhere. Sin crushed him and left him on the Jose shore. Your brother won't just pop back. Oh, and one more thing. No matter how much you want it, no one can take Chappu's place. No one can replace Sir Jekt, for that matter. And there's no replacement for Lord Braska, either.
No, she's being realistic.
It's pointless to think about it. And sad.
She's bringing a pragmatist, man. She's saying it how it is.
I could never be what Chappu was. Well, stuff happens. Best not to worry.
Waka, Lulu, and Waka's brother, Chappu. Something had happened between them a long time ago. I was sure of it. Well, whatever it was none of my business, that's for sure. Best not to go
Jamaican Groose Bender. Although Waka was first, so Groose is really Hylian Waka.
I include this like Fry, but definitely lacking in market.
Like Fry. There's a part in Futurama where they like scan Fry's personality using the urinal surveillance tapes, where Fry's just like standing in the bathroom and he just says, "I sure love Leela," like for no reason to no one. So Andrew always jokes that I just say that when I'm by myself. You know what? I really love Andrew. Hey man, I think the only Futurama voice actor in this is Bender. I don't think Billy West does a lot of video games. Billy West is Fry, Zoidberg, the Professor, a lot of other characters.
You go to the trial clusters? Cloister?
Cloisters, yeah, I'm about to. Oh man, the Luca Goers, they have the best team name. They go, Andrew.
You here to pray for victory too?
Us pray? Who needs to pray? The Luca goers always win.
Oh yeah? Then why are you here?
We've been praying for some competition this year.
So what's your goal this time? You gonna do your best again? Ha!
Just pausing real quick. I like the difference in like the quality of the faces of like random NPCs we don't care about and like the main party members.
Best isn't good enough. Why even bother showing up?
This time, we play to win.
Ooh, play away. Just remember,
right, Kami?
kids can play, boys.
See you in the finals.
Called it out at the same time. Hey, Jay, welcome back.
We'll be.
Yeah, we got about 30 minutes
we
left.
We have to.
You know that team?
Putting people down. They're as bad as my old man.
But Sir Jekt was a kind and gentle man.
Well, not my Jekt. Even 10 years after he left. Just thinking about my old man got me angry. But maybe that was just my way of keeping him... Nah.
That can't be it. Xanark and Abes. Abes is a better name than the Goers. What are the other teams? There's the Aurochs, the Abes, the Goers. I don't remember the... I'll bet Sykes. That's a pretty sweet name. Yep, that's roughly the hymn of the faith that you're Squealing there. Right.
I think Waka
it's
needs
the
to
Ronso
do a little more
fangs.
praying.
Please, let
Is it the
Waka's
Kilika
prayers
glories?
be heard.
Kilika beasts.
Lord O'Holland, guide our feet.
What? Tidus doesn't know what he's doing. Fight him like we sees him. Guado glories, that's it.
A summoner, are you?
My name is Yuna, from the Isle of Besaid.
God, her outfit is absurd.
Dona. So, you're High Summoner Braska's daughter. That's quite a name to live up to. My. And all these people are your guardians? My, what a rabble. As I recall, Lord Braska had only 2 guardians. Quality over quantity, my dear.
Yeah,
Whatever
Kojay,
were you thinking?
I'll address the scene
I have
when
need
it
of only
makes
one
sense.
guardian. Right, Bartello?
Which it does. You're right. There's a good story reason for it.
I only have as many guardians as there are people I can trust. I trust them all with my life. To have so many guardians is a joy and an honor. Even more so than being my father's daughter. Of course, I would never think of questioning your ways either. So, Lady Dona, I ask of you, please leave us in peace.
You do what you want, Bartello, we're leaving.
Lulu.
A guardian is someone a summoner can rely on. Someone she can trust with her life. I wondered, did Yuna feel that way about me? What's she smiling about?
It's like you just met her, man. Have some patience. But yes, the haha scene is not indefensible. It can be defended. We're gonna have to get maybe 60% of the way through the game for me to be able to defend it without spoiling anything about it. Cloister of Trials hype.
Yeah! I like this music.
The faith is below. Let's do it.
Let's do this!
The faith?
But first, the Cloister of Trials. Kimahri, Waka, ready?
Strength, everyone.
Kami. He's just facing them talking out loud.
Nah! Hey, what gives?
You're not a guardian yet.
We'll be back as soon as we can, okay?
Foolish.
Oh, sure, soon. Like tomorrow soon, I bet.
I'm just gonna ignore that. I don't care. I'm Tidus. I got stuff to do, I got a life to live. I'm not allowed to ignore it.
Where's Yuna?
No, it's funny, we're all gonna laugh at it,
Then
but I agree
why
with
are
Kojay.
you here?
Hey, I'm not a guardian, so I'm not supposed to go in, right?
Not a guardian, you say?
Hey, so we're making it so it's not Tidus' fault.
Ah! Let me go! Go! Hey!
Thanks, Bartello.
What's the big idea?
Just a little game.
Huh? This is bad. Really bad.
Done this before.
Come on, go up! Go up!
Fine, I guess I'll solve these ancient puzzles. Too bad.
Only guardians allowed, and I'm sure no guardian. Well, I guess it's too late now.
Tidus logic. He's probably like 17.
Voice just cracked.
Like the oldest he could possibly be in my mind is like 22. Really cool new fire effect on the Kilika sphere. Okay. Totally booty butts. I can see a glyph, that's cool. Try to find, there's a secret in each one of these levels, a destruction sphere you can find that gives you an item. Namely, it also lets you get a secret Aeon at the end of the game if you find all of them in all the different cloisters. Okay, answered that question. Pretty sure we go the one in the middle, but I want to try all the different combinations just in case, you know. The glyph repels me. I ain't even trying to hear that. I've never been repelled by no glyph. Can I just like interact with the glyph? Touch glyph. Yes, it repels me so I don't accidentally put a sphere in there and then lose it. Makes sense. Man, new HD remixed fire effects. Look at that. That fire. It's life right there. Alright, so there's a couple things we can do here. I think. I don't want to push that just yet. Say this is probably a Kilika sphere. It's on fire. Try putting a glyph sphere in there. See what happens. Haven't had to use it yet, you know? Anything? All right. There's not a connection anymore for that to be on fire. There's the destruction sphere, which I don't remember where we're supposed to put that, so I'm just going to try everything, I guess. That's not it. It's not the ticket. Hey Angel Asakara, how you been? We're gonna be playing for another 40 minutes or so. By 40 I mean 20. It's 40 minutes after. We're gonna sign off. If you're just here for Final Fantasy X, that's cool. It resumes next week, Monday, Tuesday. I'll have the schedule for next week updated, usually Sunday nights. that's the exit, so we don't want to put it here. I want to put it in that pedestal though. The pedestal's movable for a reason. Go ahead and try putting the destruction sphere into it directly. Oops. Remember, every cloister has a path forward that just ends the puzzle, and then use the destruction sphere to find a secret item. That's what I'm trying to do here. Getting in place to push it is non-trivial. You're non-trivial. Yeah, this one's a pretty easy one to miss. Might be that a Kilika sphere has to go there first, we'll see. Pretty sure I've screwed it up before. There we go, look at that. Secret tunnel. I need no Kilika sphere. All right, look at that. Notice there's a little glyph that appears when we open the chest that's referring to the secret Aeon you can get at the end of the game by opening all of these. Okay, I think we need to kill a sphere. Or there's a glyph sphere to exit. One of those two. Might actually be two Kilika spheres. Let's see. Right. Feel sorry for like the Spirit Temple janitor whose job it is to go back to all these temples and like reset them after some jerk blitzball player shows up and sets fire to all the doors. So there's a different voice singing all of the hymns of the faith. This song that's playing right now, every time we finish one of these cloisters, you hear a different voice singing. You have no reason to know what that means right now. They might even explain it in this cutscene, but just remember that for the future whenever they do explain it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It was Dona and that big muscle-head man.
Yuna will be the one to suffer the consequences.
What consequences?
She could be excommunicated.
I think so, Koj. The poor janitor is just like sitting on the stockpile of doors like, here we go.
The chamber beyond is a sacred place. Only summoners may enter.
What? Even guardians can't go?
It's taboo.
It's very Asian.
Oh.
Apparently there's a game that's like, you play as a janitor in like video games that have a lot of violence in them, like a space horror game, but you're like the cleanup crew after the fact, so the game is just kind of going around and cleaning all the guts and detritus.
So what's in there anyway?
The faith, remember?
Oh yeah, that thing, right.
The Faith are people who gave their lives to battle sin. Yevon took their souls, willingly given from their still living bodies.
Huh?
Now they live forever, trapped in statues. But when a summoner beckons, the souls of the Faith emerge once again. That's what we call an Aeon.
All that in this room? So what's Yuna doing in there?
She prays with all her heart for a way to defeat sin.
Thanks, Kimahri.
Just wait.
Scruffy, the janitor. Did you know that Scruffy is voiced by the guy who played Michael Bolton in Office Space? The Mike Judge movie? He's apparently a pretty famous voice actor now.
There was something I didn't tell anyone else that day. That song we heard there, in the temple, I knew it from my childhood. It was proof that Spira and Xanarkin were connected. Somehow. At least to me it was. Maybe that's why suddenly, I felt like I just wanted to go home. I tried to say something to tell them, but the words wouldn't come.
Oh, got a stream poll coming up for naming Ifrit. Andrea, you want to suggest your name, I think? Yeah. Alright, so type your suggestions for what to name Ifrit. Andrea has always called him Egret, which is the name of a science experiment. Alright, so I have Ifrit, Donkey, Tidus Shoe. Oh, that's the second one that was legitimately an accident. The other times I've let slip are usually just intentional. Egret, A. About 30 seconds if you had another name idea. Fritters. Alright, here we go. Poll's coming out. What should we name Ifrit? Let me throw up the window capture here. Vote 1 for Ifrit, 2 for Donkey, 3 for that thing that it says there. 4 for Egret, 5 for A, 6 for Fritters, 7 for Genie, and 8 for Michael. Oops, let me redeploy that so you can actually spend sphere points. I restarted Deepbot today and bad pull. Vote costs, switching votes, multiple votes. Okay, try it now. There you go. So you can vote. You can spend sphere points on your vote by entering the number of points you want to spend after the vote number. So like vote 120, like Cappy did. Now there's 2 votes for fritters and 20 votes for the thing I can't say. Ooh, 27 votes for fritters. I'll throw up the timer here. 40 seconds, probably 20 seconds from when you hear this. Nice, 10 for donkey. $110 for donkey. Yeah, voting for option 100 with donkey SP. You nuking it? Oh! He sniped it. Now it says winning option was donkey, but they actually tied, so I will randomly determine the winner via coin flip, if I can find a coin. Or I'll just use I'll just go on roll 20 and like roll a 1d2. Alright, so if I roll a 1, it's donkey. If I roll a 2, it's the thing that Cappy wants. RNG. Pray to RNGesus. It's a 2, so it's Cappy's thing. Which I won't say out loud, and if you catch me saying it, I owe you sphere points. I can actually have room for the whole thing. I don't have to be smart about it. There we go. Yep. Like, tie this shoe. Yeah, but it gets me to say the thing that I can't say. Other bird dragon. It's close and it gets me to say the thing that I'm not supposed to say. I think is the goal, right? Cappy. Oh, did I say it? Very good. Later, HCL. See ya.
I thought I had put my feelings for Xanarkin behind me.
Whoa.
But they were there, and they grew inside me bigger and bigger, till I was
Chill
just
out
about
there,
ready
Tidus.
to burst.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
To scream real loud.
Tidus, you need to like go to Connecticut for a while. They'll teach you not to do that. They'll teach you to bury your pain. Alright, we're gonna head over to the last save point, and then I'm gonna do a sign off. Probably hit time with random battles. Right, Kami? Scream real loud. He just did it again in the middle of battle. And nobody asked him, like, oh, okay, I guess he's just yelling in public now.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
Getting XP for my dudes.
Let us Guardians handle the likes of
I did not overkill the Ochu. It goes off by a few points. I think you'd have to use the summon, use its ultimate skill to be able to get the overkill. I've never watched a speedrun of this game. I remember reading all the game FAQs about like doing a no sphere grid run. I imagine there's some interesting strategies about wanting to overkill certain enemies so that you get extra items, like extra locks for the sphere grid.
You called?
Booyah!
Oh, Yuna? Yeah.
I'm on a roll!
What do you want to do? Probably won't be able to get the ability from him. Seems like they can avoid it pretty easily. Avoid your face pretty easily. Extract ability. Dynamics. Go. Nice. It's almost dead. I want to try to overkill it if possible. Praising Lulu for that. Against ice. Perfect. Hope for an overkill when we get 2 ability spheres.
Freeze.
Lulu gets all of the cool, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger puns, like, ice to beat you.
It's over. Woohoo!
Still need, like, 20 ability spheres before I can really start moving people around the sphere grid safely. Alright, cool. I don't think we get to another save point in 2 minutes, so we'll call that time. Let me go ahead and sign off, let you know what's coming up the rest of this week and into the weeks to come. Thanks everybody for watching. Final Fantasy X will be returning next week, Monday and Tuesday. You can check the schedule underneath the stream. I try to update it Sunday nights / Monday mornings. You can see when we're going to play it next, but it will likely be Monday or Tuesday. Tomorrow is our free play day, so from noon until 3 Pacific, we're playing Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. Viewers are welcome to join in on that. Subscriber block is from 3 to 6, so the top 3 games that have been voted for on this page here, let me post the link again. Whatever those top 3 games are, that's what we'll play on stream in that block. Right now, the top 3 games, I believe, are Phoenix Wright, Xenosaga, and Jade Empire. But I'm going to try to work with the subscribers. If you know you won't be able to be online tomorrow to watch and you'd like to defer your game, you can add that somewhere in the sheet or send me a Twitch message or something like that. Let me just turn off the validation in the area. You can just type something under where it says preferred time if you want to change it. Oops. Sorry, one sec. I'm fixing something before I move on to the schedule update. As far as what's coming up after that, Thursday is going to be more Zelda focused. We're playing through Minish Cap, very close to beating it, so we're probably going to beat it about halfway through on Thursday, and then we're going to switch to Ocarina of Time, which is the next game in the Zelda timeline. After Ocarina, we're doing Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, then we're going into the Wind Waker timeline, and then the rest of the games after that take place in the Fall of Link timeline. Friday is going to be Final Fantasy IX and Mass Effect 2. With another mix of games coming in next week from what you've seen, like Final Fantasy X, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, Metroid Prime 2, Terra Battle, Secret of Monkey Island, and Silent Hill 2. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.